the party's latest sensation. Can he hold that? Can he keep that? Meanwhile, young and restless or just about cashless, new numbers showing that American workers are not stashing enough money away to retire. And most of them know it painfully. Only 13% believe they're going to have enough to afford retirement. Personal finance whiz and author of You're Broke Because You Want to Be, Larry Winget, all over it. Larry, well, I guess they say the first part of dealing with a problem is recognize the problem. They recognize the problem. Now what?
Well, this can't be a surprise to any of them. They know they've been living too lavish a lifestyle, and a lot of them have been tapping into their retirement accounts in order to support that lifestyle. So that's really where you start. Check your lifestyle. Do you really need all of the channels? I mean, you and I know once you've got Fox News and Fox Business, that's pretty much all you need anyway. So look hard at the way you spend your money. The average person spends $2,000 a year eating out. Family of four, that's about $8,000. That's a lot of money you could use in different ways. Check the way you spend on your insurance. Could you raise your deductibles? All those areas that you can look at your lifestyle and start differentiating between need to have, want to have, and can't live without. Focus on the can't live without.
You also are a big believer, like our friend Doug Ramsey, you know, or Dave Ramsey, I should say, keep track of what you're spending. And the best way to do that is when you feel it in your wallet, when you spend using cash. Why is that so important?
Well, cash, and Dave and I do agree completely on this, cash is so easy to keep track of because when you run out of cash, you have to stop spending. If you're using plastic, you can slide right past zero. And it's just too easy to do when you're using plastic. I followed a woman the other day in line at the airport buying a candy bar, and she bought a candy bar using a credit card, and it was declined. In exasperation, she turned to me and said, "Now what am I supposed to do?" And I said, "Lady, you don't have $1 for a candy bar?" And I could tell by looking she didn't need that candy bar anyway. It's about changing your mind about what is money and what isn't money.
Was that you behind me at that Cinnabon, by the way, at Newark Airport? But I digress.
That was me.
Another thing you say is just whatever debt you have, focusing on it, start paying it off. What do you mean?
Absolutely. Start with any credit card debt, all that high interest stuff, and then look at your car, look at your house, look at just getting out of debt. And that's where, as you start to age, you need to become a hoarder, but a hoarder of cash. Make it a game with yourself if you have to, but whatever you do, start saving as much cash as you possibly can so you'll have money when you get older. And my fourth thing is you need to start early. I can tell you from personal experience, you can blink your eye and you're 60 years old, and you look around and say, where did the last 30 years go? And if you haven't saved enough money, you're 60 years old, and you know you're going to have to work until the day you die. And that's sad. Don't put yourself in that position. Just get control of your life. Think in terms of cash, pay off your debt, and start saving money today.
Well, I have you here. What did you make of this argument among some on the Hill that we don't have a spending problem, that even though we take in you know, $1 trillion less than we're spending out, that's not a problem?
It sure seems like a problem to me. I think it's laughable. You know, if that were a family that I was talking to, and I talk to a lot of families in the same position as the government, it doesn't make sense to spend more money than you're taking in. And we're not taking in as much money as we spend. That's just dumb. And they can't justify that.
Well put, well put. Larry, great seeing you again, personal finance expert.
Good to see you.